What's up, Zom Squad? It's your boy Zoms, and in today's video, I will be telling the story of the first time I ever got high. Smoke the za. Real quick, let me know down in the comments if you want to hear more stories of mine. I should also mention that the names in this video are altered for privacy's sake. And yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. On this very day, I hung out with my good friend Logan, his sister, who we'll just call Madison, and a mutual friend of ours, Chloe. This happened during the summer going into my junior year of high school. So, it's fair to say it's been a while, but I remember this shit like it was fucking yesterday, dude. Um, but yeah, now to start, I was just chilling at home, nothing to do, when Logan hits me up. He calls me and he's like, yo, let's hang out today. So I was like, bet, say less. So I said, fuck it, drove over to his house and he let me in. And immediately arriving, this dude had the biggest fucking grin on his face. Like I'm talking like ear to ear, right? And he's like, follow me, follow me. So I did, right? And we ended up in his room. And when he walked in, immediately his walk just turns to a sprint and he just sprints across the room to his bed and tells me to shut the door. So I shut the door and he pulls out a full bottle of Smirnoff out from under his bed, right? And immediately, now I'm fucking excited. I remember I was jumping up and down and shit, like hella hype. And what happens after is the reason I'm actually telling this story. This motherfucker, he turns back around to his bed and reaches inside his pillow and pulls out a fucking joint. And he asked me if I smoke, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I lied. I was like, yeah, dude, I smoke. What about it? You want to smoke that? Um, and at this point, you know, I felt bad for lying, but I also wanted to try smoking, and I knew he wouldn't let me if I didn't say that. So yeah, so at this point, uh, we now have the alcohol and the joint on the table, and I'm looking at them both, and I remember I was getting kind of nervous because at the time I thought back to when I was reading this post on Reddit about this dude who like went blind from getting crossed. So like at that point, like I was just trying to keep my eyesight, I was like, shit, I don't want to go blind, um, right? And then Madison comes in, if you forgot Logan's sister, and asks what he's doing with her joint. And something you should know is that Madison is in college and a lot older than us. So she was kind of the plug at this point, Um, and this this motherfucker Logan turns to me and he says, "Yeah, that's the problem." In front of Madison and explains that if we wanted to smoke, it would have to be with her, right? And this was partly for our safety, but it was also partly because, like, I mean, it was her fucking joint, dude. Like, I feel bad. We kind of just stole it and then forced her to smoke it with us, but you know, forget it, forget it. Um, yeah. So at this point, we were just like, whatever. Yeah, we'll bring you along. Just go with the flow. Uh, and right after we agreed to smoke with Logan's sister, Logan calls up Chloe, right? And Chloe's an interesting character. I'm sure, in later videos she'll show up again. Uh, and she's a pretty big stoner. And he asked her if she wanted to, hang out and smoke. And she's like, yeah, of course. And, she pulls the fuck up. So now Logan's parents were asleep because we waited for a little bit. Uh, and his sister went to grab us glasses from the kitchen to drink the Smirnoff. And I don't know exactly why, but she got cranberry juice as well to mix it, which is like, all right, that's cool for a little chaser. But like, she made like full on fucking cocktails, bro. Like, I don't know, hella professional and shit. Not like I'm used to, but anyways. Sorry, I'm really stoned right now. Anyways, um, so she comes back and we start pouring up the alk. Everyone's getting shots and all. And at this point in my life, I wasn't a huge drinker, but I was beyond the point where I could easily handle a few shots and, like pace myself. Um, yeah, I'm gonna throw up on screen right now, like an actual photo from the day, so you guys kind of know what's going on. Um, and as soon as we got the shots poured up, bro, we were vibing, bro. We got the music, bro. We were discussing the rest of the night, hella excited and shit. We we were fucking, we were balling out at this point. Um, and Logan reminds us that we can't drive. So we opt to go to a nearby elementary school to smoke the joint. I remember. And any of you high schoolers out here know that schools, like public schools with open campuses, at fucking 1 to 3 at night are the spots to do drugs. I mean, there's just no better place. It's quiet, spacious, and it's like it's not like a private school where like it's illegal if you break in, like the you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, yeah. Um, so yeah, Chloe asked us if we wanted to take edibles because we realized that her house was on the way, and we were like, shit, like she had some extra, she was willing to serve, so we're like, fuck it, I remember we all paid her $5, courtesy of the edibles, and we all popped an edible along the way. Um, and at this point, I was so fucking excited. I mean, like, that like drunk excitement that just goes through your whole body, and like you just need to get whatever you want done. Like, oh my god, man, what a time. But anyways, so I managed to convince Logan and Madison pretty quick to drop these edibles with me. So we all took, a small edible. I'm not going to say the exact dose, but a small edible. Because at the time, you know, I hadn't really smoked before. So I had no tolerance at all before this. And because I hadn't smoked anything ever in my entire life before this, I was like, yo, like eating something is, more appealing. And let's just say this small edible dosage was more than enough to get me stoned. But, we'll get on that later. Uh, so anyways, this was looking up to be, an amazing night, an amazing night. And, at this point, uh, I'm honestly more excited to get more drunk, right, than get more high, just because I didn't know what being high was like. So as we arrive at the school, we open the gate, right, and we go to the playground. And there, like Logan and I, we took off our shirts, right? Because we didn't want to smell like weed going back in case their parents might have, woken up or figured out that we snuck out or did something or something else went wrong. We just didn't want to smell like weed. So we took off our shirts, and Madison sparks the joint and takes two fat fucking hits and then just starts coughing up a fucking lung. Like, it got so bad. Oh my, I feel so bad. But she threw up from coughing like a couple minutes later. But anyways, the joint comes to me straight after, right? And Logan's sitting next to me, and he explains to me that you have to inhale a second time, right? I was like, all right, I got it. Um, so and he's like egging me on. He's like, bro, like do a fat hit, a little peer pressure here and there, can never hurt. I'm like, all right, fuck it, So I do this pull, legendary pull. It was like 3 to 5 seconds. I don't really remember, but it was a really fucking long pull for a joint. Especially just like a little 1 gram. I remember I didn't really tell you guys how much it was, but it was just a little 1 grammer, on four heads, 0.25 each. That's not too bad, Um, so yeah, I hit this shit for like 3, 4, 5 seconds, and I just inhale so deeply, and it's kind of the worst feeling for any of you heavier smokers out here. But when you have smoke in your lungs and you're like coughing the smoke out, man, that shit just sucks. Like that shit just sucks. And I remember that happened to me on this hit. So I inhale and immediately I start coughing at the smoke, right? So that shit, I don't know. I wanted to vomit, but I didn't. But yeah, also a positive. I remember being surprised that the taste of the joint was completely different than the smell. When you're walking in public and you smell someone smoking weed, you're like, damn, that's some weed. But like it tastes completely different, right? But yeah, anyways, um, yeah. So I was, and then oh yeah, I also forgot to mention at this point the edible had hit. So I was pretty fucking, I was vibing. Let's just say I was definitely crossed at this point. Um, and oh my god, I was just the edible was hitting, and then this hit just fucking took me to the moon, dude. Like it just set in, and I was just like, holy fuck, because I stood up and like I don't know if y'all fuck with like psychedelics or anything, but it was almost like an LSD come up where you'd have like tracers on them, And I'm just like, bro, I am fucking vibing, you know? I was like, holy shit, I'm so fucked up, right? And Logan turns to me equally as fucked up, and he's just like, dude, I'm going through the sprinklers. I was like, bro, you're a fucking idiot. And he just takes off and he starts running through these sprinklers, right? And I don't know what compelled me, but I just had to go chase after him. Like I was like a wild animal or something, you know? So I see him take off, immediately I'm after him, you know? And I'm trying to catch up to him and he's just fucking running away, just dying laughing. We're both just dying laughing. When we get to the sprinklers, man, we got so fucking soaked. Like we were just rolling around and wrestling in the fucking sprinklers for like 30 minutes, dude. It had to be, yeah. And I was just like, bro. Looking back at it, like that's just retarded, but you know, whatever. Moving on. Um, yeah, so after the manic episode of 30 minutes of running through sprinklers and fucking tackling each other like it's football, uh, we decided to just sit on a bench and just chat because at this point, like, I was coming down off the alk and then the weed was setting in, so I was getting super fucking relaxed, you know? And I remember I just got couch locked on this bench and we were just talking about like life and just like stupid bullshit, you know, fucking laughing at everything, you know, like shit, dude. Hey, it was a hoot, bro. Let me just say. I remember after I got super chilled out, we just decided to go back to Logan's house and sleep over. And you know, I woke up, got picked up, and fucking left. So shit, you know. That I think that's about it, boys. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Catch y'all in the next one. I plan on continuing this style of video, so I really hope that y'all enjoy it. And leave a like and a comment if you have any questions. And as always, keep your head up.